It's that time again. Chiefs Kingdom. Football is back in the air, and Andy Reid is officially back on the field with the newest crop of Kansas City rookies. You could hear it in his voice. He's pumped. Coach kicked off his press conference by talking about how good it felt to get back on the practice field and work hands-on with the young guys. And according to him, they looked sharp right out of the gate. Reid gave major credit to Brett Veach and his scouting team, saying they've done an excellent job bringing in real talent this year. Whether it's the players taken in the draft or the guys signed as undrafted free agents, this rookie group is turning heads early. That's huge for a team still chasing greatness. Now remember, this is only the beginning. The players are still getting their feet under them, learning the playbook, and adjusting to the speed of the NFL, but Coach sounded genuinely impressed with how they've handled it so far. And that says a lot. If there's one thing Reid doesn't do, it's hand out praise for nothing. You can bet these young Chiefs are showing up with energy and purpose. So let me ask you, which rookie are you most excited about this year? Is it first-round pick Josh Simmons, or maybe someone flying under the radar? Drop it in the comments. I'm reading every single one. And hey, if you're loving this kind of Chiefs coverage, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. We've got full breakdowns, player spotlights, and all the inside info you can handle coming your way. Coming up next, we're talking about B.J. Thompson. Coach Reid gave a clear update on his status and what it really means for his future. Now let's talk about B.J. Thompson, a name that has come up a lot lately. As you know, he's one of the intriguing rookies this offseason, but Coach Reid gave a bit of a tough update during his press conference. BJ has been placed on the non-football injury, NFI list, which means he's not quite ready to jump into action just yet. But here's the good news. Reid made it clear that this doesn't mean BJ's career is over. Not by a long shot. He's been making solid progress, but as of right now, he's just not quite where he needs to be. The team had to make a move to give him time to fully recover and get back to 100%. In the world of football, especially with the kind of physical toll it takes on players, these kinds of decisions aren't easy. It's not about giving up on a guy. It's about doing what's best for both his future and the team's future. And BJ? He's made great strides in his recovery. So, what does this mean for him moving forward? We've seen players come back from these types of setbacks before. BJ's journey is far from over, and there's still plenty of time for him to make an impact. For now, we'll just have to wait and see how he progresses in the coming months. Do you think B.J. Thompson will make a comeback this season? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments below. It'll be interesting to see how this situation unfolds, especially as we get closer to training camp, and make sure you're subscribed because we'll keep you up to date with all the latest news, injury updates, and everything happening with the Chiefs. Next up, Coach Reid talks about the rookies in camp and what he's looking for from them. Trust me, you're going to want to hear this. Now, let's dig into what Coach Reid is looking for from the rookies this week. You can imagine, it's not just about how fast they can run or how high they can jump. It's the little things that will catch Reid's eye. He mentioned there are about 16 guys in camp right now, including the 7 draft picks, and around 10 undrafted free agents. The challenge? How do these young guys separate themselves from the pack? It's not just about being fast or strong, it's about showing that they can really play football. So what exactly is Reid looking for? First off, can you make the catch? Can you make the throw? Can you make those adjustments in coverage or at the line of scrimmage when the game speeds up? The key takeaway here is that Reid and his staff are paying attention to every detail. Whether it's the wide receivers making tough catches, the defensive backs making the right reads, or the linebackers showing an understanding of the playbook, it all matters. Coach also talked about how they're watching the defensive linemen, specifically their ability to rush the passer and bring that motor every play. It's not just about power. It's about quickness and lower body strength, which is crucial when you're getting bumped around in the trenches. For these rookies, it's a big week. It's about showing they can handle the pressure and compete at the NFL level, even in these early stages. What do you think? Do you believe any undrafted rookies can make the 53-man roster this year? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about which underdogs might surprise us. And if you want to stay ahead of all the Chiefs news, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for all the training camp updates, player analysis, and more. Up next, Coach Reid shares his first impressions of Josh Simmons, Jalen Royals, and Rashard Smith. You don't want to miss this. Now we're getting into some of the exciting names you've been waiting for. Coach Reid gave us his early impressions of a few key rookies: Josh Simmons, Jalen Royals, and Rashard Smith. Let's start with Josh Simmons, the first-round pick everyone's been talking about. Reid gave an update on how Simmons is adjusting to the NFL. Right now, Simmons is mostly focused on individual drills while the team takes it slow with him. They're easing him into the contact part of practice to make sure he's physically ready for the grind ahead. Here's the good news. Coach Reid says Simmons has talent. That's the first thing you need to hear as a fan. The guy is big, athletic, and seems to be fitting right in with the team. But as Reid pointed out, he's still working through that recovery process from a tough travel schedule during his 30 visits, so the team is making sure they take their time with him. Next, we have Jalen Royals. And while it's still early, Reid made it clear that the talent is there. Royals has already made a couple of impressive plays, and Reid says they'll keep pushing him to see how he handles more and more of the workload. Today's practice will be a big test as they ramp up the intensity. Finally, there's Rashard Smith. Reid compared him to some past backs with a similar low center of gravity, meaning he can make those quick, hard cuts and has great balance. His running style isn't exactly like Jerick McKinnon, but there are definitely some similarities, especially when it comes to catching the ball out of the backfield. The real question here is, which rookie do you think will have the biggest impact this season? Will it be Simmons with his raw potential, Royals with his playmaking ability, or Smith with his versatile skills in the backfield? Let me know what you think in the comments. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any updates as these rookies continue to impress at camp. Coming up in Chapter 5, Coach Reid wraps things up by giving us a peek at how he's evaluating the linemen and shares a fun story about his time as a player. You'll want to stick around for that. To wrap things up, Coach Reid spent some time breaking down how he's evaluating the linemen in camp. If you're a Chiefs fan, you know just how important the trenches are to this team. Offensive and defensive linemen are the unsung heroes who often don't get the spotlight, but Reid made sure to shine a light on them in this presser. Let's start with the defensive linemen. Coach Reid mentioned that they're looking for a few key traits from these guys: high motors and quickness. The Chiefs have some serious talent on the defensive line, and it's all about consistency. Can these guys get after the quarterback and disrupt the offensive rhythm? Early impressions are promising. Reid pointed out that the defensive linemen are showing good lower body strength, which is crucial for holding up against the big guys in the trenches. As for the offensive linemen, Reid emphasized that they're focused on getting the right balance of strength and mobility. With the addition of some promising rookies, it's clear that the team wants to make sure they've got a strong athletic group protecting Patrick Mahomes. And it's not just about physical strength. Reid's also watching how they handle the mental side of the game. Are they grasping the offensive scheme? Can they pick up on the adjustments needed during the game? Now, before we close out, Coach Reid shared a funny tidbit about his own time as a player. He wore the number 64 during his career, and he mentioned how he chose it because it was available, and it had a bit of history behind it. He was a fan of Jerry Kramer, the legendary Green Bay Packers lineman. It's always cool to hear little personal stories like that from a guy who's seen it all in football. And there you have it, Chiefs Kingdom. The rookies are making their mark, the linemen are getting down to business, and Coach Reid is staying sharp as ever. The road to the 2025 season is just getting started, and we're here for all of it. Before we sign off, let me know in the comments. What are you most excited to see from the Chiefs this season? We're just getting started, and the hype is real. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe, and make sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the latest Chiefs updates. We'll be back with more content as the season draws near. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Chiefs!